welcome to Ivy Moves. My name is Ivona and today we're having a hamstring, hips, quad stretch, just an overall lower body relief. So when you're ready, meet me on your mat. Let's start in child's pose, just to get a sense of grounding and arrive with an intention on the mat. The big toes are touching, the hips are as close to the heels as possible. If this by any chance is not feeling as good on your knees, feel free to put a blanket, a pillow, anything soft, even a t-shirt, between your thigh and your calf. And sit close as comfortably to the heels. The same applies in case you're feeling discomfort under the ankles. If your surface is not soft enough, you can cushion them there. Like my yoga teacher likes to say, fill in the empty spots with soft stuff so you feel really comfortable. And reach the arms far in front of you, creating these opposite movements and effects of pulling and pushing, stretching in opposite directions. And now let's start slowly rounding the back, pressing into the palms and rolling forward to tabletop. Continue rolling forward, dropping the hips towards the ground, opening the chest forward into a back bend that feels comfortable this early in your practice, and then gliding the hips back towards child's pose. We're going to do that a couple times. Take it as fast or as slow as you want, just slowly introducing movement into the body, both the front and the back chain of the body warming up, contracting and expanding. And on the next roll forward, maybe stay a little bit in that back bend. Look behind your left shoulder and behind your right shoulder. Shift the hips side to side. Maybe roll onto your left hip and just allow the side body here to stretch, sink into the left shoulder, coming back to whatever back bend you had, rolling in the opposite direction. Back bend and gliding back to child's pose. Now rolling up to tabletop, and we're gonna start warming into the hips, kicking with the right leg like a donkey kick behind us, kicking to the side, bringing the thigh parallel to the ground like a peeing dog, and placing the right foot outside of the right palm. If you have to catch it, catch it. If this is not comfortable here, you can bring something under you to elevate the body and put less weight on the hip joint, and starting to make some circles here in one direction, maybe involving the knee, maybe lifting the foot onto its different corners, changing the direction. Try to maybe have a point in your body that's leading the movement. Could be the hip, could be the tailbone, could be the knee. Something around the axis of movement goes. Perfect. Both hands find the mat and send the hips back and stretching that front right leg. The toes of the front foot are facing towards you. Just gently starting to introduce that warmth. Glide forward. We're not holding the positions too much, and sink the hips low into this lizard lunge. If you can go onto your elbows, try to avoid it still. Stay high on your palms and maybe rotate side to side, really sending the left hip down to start stretching the front side of the left thigh. Ground into your palms, and we're gonna go back the same way we went, sending the right knee to the side, kicking back like a donkey, and placing the right knee next to the left, shaking out, And let's do the other side, kicking the left leg behind us to the side. Try to stay strong in your upper body to isolate the movement in your hip joint, and putting that left leg on the outside of the left palm. Find a comfortable position. Again, feel free to cushion any joint that feels uncomfortable on this hard surface, and start rotating the hips. Notice if there is a difference with the right hip, and just acknowledge it. We don't need to do much about it. Our body is designed asymmetrical and moves asymmetrically, and our energies, masculine, feminine, dark and light, are symmetrical. Change direction if you haven't already with the circles. So we just have to acknowledge the polarities of our human nature, finding the center and sending the hips back, stretching that left leg. The toes of the left foot are facing towards the knee, sending the heel far, like you're trying to slide it forward, and sending the left hip back to create the stretch. Gliding forward, finding some stillness in lizard, get comfortable, and you can stay still or start moving side to side. See how different is the range of motion between the different sides. And now, coming back the same way we came, ground strong into your palm, sending that left knee to the side, really strong, kicking back, and left knee next to the right. And now we're going to repeat that, and we're going to add on. First, we're going to kick back to the side, step forward, send the hips really forward and back. Really forward, squeeze that left glute and back, dynamically stretching the leg and back. Now coming to the neutral position, as you send the foot to the side and back, send it, cross it behind the left leg, sending it towards the left side, taking the right toe and pushing the heel away from you while looking towards that foot above the left shoulder. This is great for stretching the right calf and the outside of the left hip. At least this is where I feel it. And now, staying as you are tangled in your legs, the right knee is gonna sneak behind the left knee. We're going for Gomukhasana, cow face pose, and sitting back. If this is too entangled for you, just find me in a position where the left knee is above the right knee. And if this is too hard for you today, stretch the right leg on front and stack the left knee on top of the right knee. And if not, bend that right knee. It's so hard because it's on the left side. Make sure that you're sitting comfortably on both sitting bones, stacking the knees as comfortably possible as you can, filling the gaps with soft things if there are. Hands up and just slowly, wow, starting to lean on top of the folded knees. Try to keep the spine straight and the feet flexed. This is really just engaging the muscles, bringing awareness into the spots where we're working actively in. As we're pulling on the side hips, I'm already feeling it also in my lower back. Everything in our body is so interconnected. Slowly getting up, and let's see if we can go back the same way, sending the hands forward. The legs are entangled, and now maybe you found this position. If not, find me here where the left ankle is on top of the right knee, like we're in a figure 4, but while we're in a tabletop, and the left knee is facing towards the left, to the side. So if you're not there, find me there, and you can stay here, sending actively the left knee towards behind. And if you'd like to intensify, try sliding forward into puppy pose, forehead on the mat, or if you have the space, placing maybe the chin, looking forward, very strong into the palms, pushing actively into the mat and sending the hip away from the palms, again the opposite directions. This is super intense. Coming back with the hands to tabletop. And now just lifting that right knee to slide the left behind. And we're back to tabletop. Great. Now the left leg kicks back to the side, steps on the outside of the left palm. And from here we're starting to really push actively. And the left knee is gonna want to splay open. Try to keep it really under you, squeezing towards that left shoulder to keep it engaged. And gliding back, moving with the toes towards the knee, keeping the engagement forward and back, forward and back. Beautiful. Coming back to neutral, sending the knee to the left, to the back, and crossing it behind that right leg, pushing the heel away from you. Looking up towards that left leg above the right knee. Send the hips towards the left, or you're pushing the foot towards the right. Every time there's a pull, there has to be opposite direction if we don't want to fall into the extreme, right? And now the right knee is going to sneak behind the left. We're going to find ourselves in Gomukhasana, at least with the legs. You always have the variation here to extend the left leg forward or keep it bent. You can also put something under your tush to elevate it. Find the comfortable position, feet are engaged, hands up, and glide. Find your maximum and only then allow your torso to relax with the hands on the ground. Breathing deep. Keep engaging the feet. Keep sending that right hip back, so you really like some hand is there pushing it back and towards the ground. And we're gonna slowly walk with the hands forward. And now the left knee is behind that right ankle. Right knee is pointing straight towards the right. If we can, we're aiming for a shin parallel to the front of the mat, aiming wherever you are. As long the first aim is that you start feeling a good stretch. The second aim is how it looks, or maybe it's even lower on the list. And if you did also on the first side, walk with the hands forward and melt into puppy pose. Keep sending the hips back, super active, even though puppy pose is like chest opener. We're pressing the palms, open the shoulders, blah, 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 blah. With this variation, we have so much happening in our hips. Very actively pressing the right shin bone, the right top of the foot and knee onto the mat. One last deep breath in, maybe smile. And walking with the hands back to neutral. Right knee next to the left knee, tabletop. From here, we're tucking the toes under and pushing our hips back to the first down dog. Maybe this one feels a bit easier as we warmed up the back of the legs. You can still walk the dog bending one knee and then the other. Or just finding stillness. Find whatever feels comfortable in this down dog. And just a reminder to spread the fingers of your palms very wide. Press in that space between your thumb and index finger. Lifting the right leg towards the sky. We're gonna stay here a little bit. Really try to find a comfortable limit where you're still challenged. Your body is gonna want to lean towards the left. Don't let it. Stay very strong in both hands on the ground. And from here, opening first the leg to the side, keeping it still straight. The hip is open, and only now bending the knee, the heel falls towards the glute. And now moving with the shoulders above the palms, trying to look above the left shoulder to see that right foot. Gliding back, stretching the right leg behind, bending the knee towards the chest, moving towards plank and placing the right foot on the mat. Low lunge, left knee is on the ground. Inhale, hands up. And now again that opposite, very actively, strongly pressing the left hip towards the ground, elongating through the lower back, and like I am behind you and pulling your hands up. This is how active I would like you to engage in the opening of that front thigh. Now we're gonna start bending side to side. Right hand finds either the right thigh, the right floor block, anything next to you, and you're bending towards the right. Left hand is making a rainbow above you and changing sides. Focusing on the opening of the front body. Again, bending towards the left, the chest rotates towards the sky. Squeezing the inner thighs together, even though they're not together physically. We are magnetizing them towards the midline. The midline is you. Coming back to center. And now, a couple options here. We're going to start creating a front thigh stretch. You can either use left hand on the left thigh. You can, of course, use a strap, a belt, anything, a towel to bring the leg close to you. You can start by kicking back. Chest up, we're not collapsing in the hips. And only if comfortable, start pulling the heel closer to the glute. The other option is, of course, going from the other side, twisting towards the right, grabbing left foot with right hand, flexing the foot, and again either kicking or pulling the heel close to the glute. You can experiment with both options, cushioning the left knee if you feel any discomfort there, bringing any props under your hands to bring the ground close to you. We're gonna spend a minute maybe here so you can play between the twists, between how far you would like to send the heel closer or away from you. You can also tuck these left toes, walk the right hand and start sending the hips down. Even though this is a back bend, it works front body in general. The body is so interconnected and you need to really open the hip flexor to get there, right? So explore the angle that works for you. Definitely try to play with a twist. It's a great benefit for the spine. Find the balance even when you have to hold on to something. Right now we're not working on our balance. Right now we want to open. So really give yourself the grace to be kind and do one thing at a time. If for some reason the balance is not strong today, gently releasing that left leg onto the ground, sending the hips back just to counterbalance real quick, stretching that front leg, lifting onto low lunge, hands, palms on the mat, and coming back into down dog. Beautiful work. Let's do the other side. Left leg towards the sky. First, let's hold it here for a couple more moments. Notice if your body is trying to lean to the right and send it intentionally towards the left. Is your weight well distributed between your palms? And now open the hip to look towards the left and bend the left knee, the left heel towards the glute. Moving with your shoulders above the wrists, trying to look towards that left foot. Moving back towards down dog, three-legged down dog. And now bending the knee towards the chest, moving through plank and placing the left foot on the mat, low lunge. Find your balance here, hands up, and let's find this active engagement. It looks like so little is happening, but when you start paying attention to these little details of finding all four corners of your left foot to keep the balance, engaging that right glute in order to contract here and create expansion here, neutralizing the lower back, and from the last ribs up, the chest goes towards the sky. There's all these micro details that can make all the difference in how we feel in yoga. So find something that feels good, that you want to focus on right now. And let's start swaying like a palm tree left and right. Find the perfect height for your left hand on the left thigh, on blocks or books or anything on the outside of your left hip or even the ground. Right hand makes a rainbow above us. It's a whole side body stretch, but it's so intense in the hip flexor, changing direction, rotating the chest towards the sky. Feeling how we're creating warmth and heat, even though we're targeting legs, lower body. As we said earlier, the body is so complex and interconnected, and often lower back pain, coming back to center, lower back pain would be connected to tight glutes or tight hip flexors, because as they tighten, they start pulling onto the other tissues. And it's just, the body is incredible. From here, we have a little bit more than a minute to discover the quad stretch, the right quad. So find the variation that you want to start with and start playing with squaring or opening the hips, sending the hips back towards the right foot or away from it. And see how the sensations travel between these spots. Switching hands, if you did that on the first side, using whatever props feel comfortable. The practice is to serve you and not you to replicate the practice. This is the beauty of yoga. We are not following a rigid set of rules like in football or in basketball, where things have to be done a certain way and you get a penalty if you don't do them. No, in yoga, we're adapting the practice to what we need. Sometimes it may be physical, sometimes we may need stillness, a deeper breath to calm the mind. Gently releasing that right leg behind us. Counterbalancing, stretching that front left leg, sending the hip back. And finding down dog. Beautiful. Let's take a couple deep breaths in down dog. And slowly tippy-toe your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, try to make it 90 degrees. Doesn't matter where your hands are, shin, knees, and slowly forward fold. Sending the crown towards the ground, maybe walking one leg, then the other. Bending the knees. Open the feet hip distance apart. Now we're going to twist here. Follow my voice, it's much easier than it looks like. We have a couple of variations. You can always have something under your hands to bring the ground closer to you and work from here. If your hands are on the ground, follow me. Bending that left leg, left palm finds the space that's right under the nose and right palm rotates towards the sky. If you're here, perfect. If you want to see if you can go any deeper, you're going to start sneaking that left elbow in between the legs, behind the left thigh, and you're going to bind the hands on that left hip, I think there. I'm going to show you now on the other side. You can pause and experiment. Look towards the sky wherever you are, really straighten that right leg, create the pull in the back muscle chain, and get a juicy twist as a bonus. Releasing, coming to center, bending that right leg, either sending that left hand towards the sky and the right palm supports you on the ground, or sneaking that elbow in between, behind the right leg, and the right palm is going to find the outside of the right hip. And left palm finds it somewhere there. Squeeze the knees towards each other. We are staying active in the whole body. Yes, we're twisting, but we're also really beautifully stretching that left leg and outer left hip. This has become one of my favorite go-to stretches. Gently releasing, coming back to center, and forward fold. Support yourself wherever comfortable, maybe palms on the ground. We're going to inhale, bring the left leg up. We're going to stay here in front in flying splits to start stretching that left leg. Gently, we're going to land that right leg for pyramid pose and send the hips back. Maybe you want to lift the left toes towards the left knee like we did in the half split pose. And we're going to go through the same sequence a couple of times. An option here is to do it without the hands. Very challenging. I'm going to do it with the hands today because I'm quite tight. So we're going to send our weight into the left foot, right leg towards the sky. Keep the balance. If you want to challenge it, maybe sending one hand or two hands on that left shin bone. Hands find the mat, right foot steps for the balance. And we're extending that front leg, hips back, maybe the toes towards the sky. One last time. Right leg up. Try to keep the hip square to the ground, so looking down. We're not here. This would be half moon, which is equally good, but we're not doing that now. Stepping that right leg behind and extending that front leg. And I was talking about half moon. Let's go for it. It's a fantastic inner thigh stretch. Lift that right leg and start rotating the whole torso, slowly moving the gaze towards the right. The left hand finds a block, the ground, anything to balance on. It's a tricky balance, so be compassionate with yourself. If you want to challenge your balance, lift that left hand off the mat. And now we're going to slowly start sending that right leg towards the back of the mat, finding ourselves in warrior two, extending the hands to the sides, generously bending that left leg. Use the outer edge of the back right foot to ground yourself. And now we're going to move again as a swaying palm tree towards the back. Left hand is above us, left elbow, left knee to the side. One more time. Very deeply bending the left knee, don't compromise there. Changing the side. And now staying in that angle, we're going to extend that front left leg and fall over it into triangle. If this didn't work out for you, just get up. Right leg is looking forward, left leg to the side, glide forward with the body first, and only then allow the torso to become parallel to the ground. Open that right hip, like grab it and pull it a little bit towards the sky. The idea is not that we're here, the idea is that we're here. It's a completely different alignment. Slowly getting back up and Skandasana towards the back of the mat, so we're bending that right leg. If you're having a hard time doing that, you can stay on your toes. The idea is that we're stretching the inner side of our left leg today. And if your whole foot is on the ground, palms come in front of the chest. And now with the help or without the help of the hands, we're going to sit down, send that right knee towards the inside. The closer the knees are, the more intense the stretch would be. And leaning back. Maybe you can lie completely flat on the ground. Just gently stretching that front quad. I don't know if there's a back quad. Slowly coming back with the body. Hands up, we're going to lean on top of that left leg. And as we are like that with the left leg in front of us and the right knee bent, we're going to start pushing our body forward, grounding that left leg and coming with the left, with the right. Next to the left, shaking it out, moving side to side if we would like, and forward, forward, just find some stillness. Slowly rolling the body back up. I'm just going to take the other side of the mat so I don't have my back on you when we do warrior two. Hands up, open the front body and forward fold. From here we're going to send the left leg towards the sky. See how it feels, different from the other side, maybe challenging the balance into flying splits, one or both hands onto the shin bone, hands on the mat, and gently stepping the left leg behind us, straightening the right leg in front of us, maybe the right toes are facing the right knee. 2 more times, grounding the right leg, sending the left leg towards the sky. Keep that left hip looking down. Half moon is yet to come. And ground into the left leg, stretch the right. Woo. One last time. Left leg towards the sky. See if it got any further after all these stretches. And stretch forward. Now grounding into that right foot, lifting the left leg, opening the hip, the torso to the side, right hand supports you on a block, pillow is not gonna help, book or anything comfortable under your palm, and maybe if you want to challenge you can try to lift that right palm off the mat. Smile. Whew. And slowly stepping that left leg behind us into warrior two, bending the right knee generously, don't compromise there. Use the outer edge of the left leg to find the ground. Smile. And now we're going as a palm tree back and front. Right palm goes towards the sky, and above us left hand is somewhere on the back leg. Don't compromise the front knee. Right elbow, right knee. Open the chest towards the sky to really stretch that side body, side hip. One more time. Right elbow, right knee. And now gently stretching that front right leg. Right palm finds place on the right shin for Trikonasana. A tricky asana, if you ask me. It's considered, it is a basic asana because it is so widely used in flows and sequences, traditional flows and sequences. And that's why they include it in beginner yoga, but it's so not a beginner asana. Okay, slowly getting back up with the body and finding Skandasana, bending the left leg. Find a variation that feels comfortable for you. Challenge yourself or don't. both are equally fine, and we shouldn't grind and push our limits every time. So find what feels good for you, and slowly sitting on the mat, sending that left knee forward. Find the preferred distance between the knees and start leaning back. If you don't feel much, try to press the left knee on the ground and bring the knees close together. You can lean completely flat on the mat. Wherever you are, slowly pushing ourselves to neutral. Hands up, lead with the heart, spine is straight, and once you find your limit, allow yourself to melt over that right leg. Toes are engaged, create the pull. Maybe smile. Just it's so beautiful that we get the chance to experience this human body in all these different ways. Such a joy. It's the only house we'll ever have. Slowly raising yourself with the body and start walking with the hands forward. Ground yourself into that right foot. Lift up, both feet are on the ground, and forward fold. Slowly, vertebra by vertebra, coming back up and stepping one leg to the back of the mat, basically coming into star pose, finding the angle that you would like to look at, and feet out, knees out, sitting into horse pose. Now I know this is a lot of work for the legs when we want to relax, but it's just so good for the inner thighs. So to get distracted, palms on the knees and start twisting side to side, sending one knee towards the center and looking behind the other shoulder. Finding center. Now left elbow, left knee, right hand makes an arch above us like we've been doing, chest towards the sky, changing sides, keep pushing the knees towards the outside. These are our last standing poses. Center, now straighten the legs, toes are facing forward, hands on the hips, and we're going to forward fold 90 degrees. Send the weight of your body onto your toes, so you feel very light in your heels. Stay in 90 degrees and really allow that pull to feel like, yes, we are stretching, but we're also very active. We are asking for the muscles to find balance. And this is where we're creating strength and stability. Staying here, we're not relaxing yet. I mean, if you want, you can. There's no yoga police here. But try to stay active. Try to remain with your spine straight and keep going active if you can avoid putting your hands on the mat in order to just not to rely on them, and keep finding the balance in your feet, in your toes. This time you can definitely press all 10 toes on the mat. Keep forward fold and hands on the mat. Now, there is no pretty way of doing that. Just find your way seated on the mat. Perfect. Now we have a couple of options to open the outside of our hip. One of them is figure 4 with the ankle above the knee, and you're pushing the body close to the shin and the knee away from the body. This is one option. The other option is fire log legs. I think that's the name, where we're stacking the shins on top of each other, flexing both feet. I know you would like to put the foot on the knee, and you can. I practiced it like that for a while. But if you don't find discomfort in placing the foot out of the knee so you can feel it, move it comfortably, do so. Maybe you can cushion that space between the knee and the foot. Actually, I'm gonna do so. Finding a pillow here, blanket, sweatshirt, flexing both legs and leaning with the spine straight. I promise you, there is nobody that's gonna tap you on the shoulder for having gone forward with your back arched. So really squeeze the shoulder blades behind, like somebody is pushing that point between them to go forward and pulling your shoulders back. And whichever variation you found, stay with it. Maybe find how with every breath you're able to go a little bit further, feeling comfortable and safe in the stretch. And wherever you are, coming back to neutral in order to change the legs. I even like going through the first variation, so now the other ankle is going to cross above the other knee, whichever side you chose. You want to stay here, do so, or start sending the foot under the knee, cushion yourself if you need to. The foot is outside of the knee, the top foot, and we're starting to lean forward. Nice. Wow, this hip feels more open for me. I definitely feel I'm much deeper. Maybe you can even push out the pillow a bit more outside. And sometimes there's going to be old injuries that are going to define that. Usually in our arms, in our spine and shoulders, the dominant side is much more clearly expressed than with the legs. But if you're somebody who plays asymmetrical sports, probably you have a dominant leg with which you like to jump or to kick or to, whatever you're doing in your sport. And that also affects how strong, mobile, or worn off our joints and ligaments are, which is fine. We have a body to use, but this is how it affects the difference in our in the sensation. Slowly pushing yourself with the body up, and we're going to find butterfly or diamond pose with our legs, grabbing the ankles with our palms, puffing the chest forward, leading, maybe using the elbows to push back the knees towards the ground and surrendering on top of the knees. You can stay actively here, pushing the knees towards the ground, or just relax the hands to hang heavy on the mat. And like experimenting angles, twisting the body towards the left or towards the right. Playing with the extension of the spine. Maybe you want to send the crown really far forward, or touching the chin really close towards the chest, and see how this changes in the sensations. And staying with the legs as you are, slowly start leaning back towards our final relaxing pose. You can stay with the legs open like that, or just relax them straight on your mat for 2 minutes of allowing the body to digest the practice. The hands are comfortably around your body, or maybe one hand is on the chest, the other one is on the belly. Noticing the places where we created a little bit more heat. Feeling how the blood is rushing to all these places that were a bit more stagnant in the beginning of the practice. And stay here for as long as you would like, but definitely give it another breath or two. And I'll see you next time.